Hello, hello, hello. What's going on, y'all?
Hey. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Deja, first of all, thank you so much for doing an awesome job always hosting the call, taking care of the technical side of everything and making everybody feel welcome and greeted. Super appreciate you on so many different levels.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Fred, how are you? How's Detroit?
Well, I'm perfect. I'm perfect. Thank you for asking about old cold Detroit. I know you were living it up over there in
It
California.
is raining today. It's raining. It's about 50 degrees outside.
Oh, you
But
finally got something bad to say. Oh my God.
rain isn't bad.
I'm used to the air. It's so beautiful. Oh, it's so wonderful. But naturally
Wow.
weather is what it is. But we are all in-house right now. We are definitely here to get some great training. And I know you set up some awesome 12-week ringside training. And I know it's going to be very, very beneficial for everybody to really take notes. And I really love this concept that we're about to issue out to you guys because it gives you, not only goals and gives you focus, but it allows you to put something in perspective. And, I'm so excited to be able to get on and, just get my mind right myself personally, and then everybody else to just get their mind right focused. Because right now, Toni, I feel like I'm about to go back to phase one.
Phase one. You know what? Me too. It's a new year, new beginnings. And what people got to understand, Fred, is you can always start back to phase. You should always be in phase one and come back to phase one. So we're going to go into phase one with everybody, right? It's January. It's time to get back in the trenches. And what we want to do, you guys, is really experience this with you. So no matter if you just got started or you've been in the business since day one, this is a perfect time to put your business in momentum and get what you came for, right? Fred, why don't we find out who's on the line? Why don't you guys do us a favor? Get in the chat box really quickly and let us know, how long have you been in the business? Have you been in the business 1 day? Have you been in the business 1 year? Have you been in the business 3 months? Like, let us know. Who are we talking to today? We got some really, look at this. 3 days. Welcome, Sarah. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Super important to be connected that quickly in your business. 2.5 years, 3 years, 7 weeks, 90 days. Wow.
Okay. They're coming in, flooding in 10 months, 18, 1.5 years. They're getting technical.
Right.
You know what I like to see more is the ones who just got started and they're here. Because those of you who know and who have been on these calls for, over 12 months or a year, you guys know we're going to bring the fire. And we know what it really takes to get to where you need to get to in the company. That's consistency. So if you are here today, guys, when we ask this question in 2020, it should be yourself saying, okay, I've been here for 12 months and I'm still striving for my goals. I got a new goal, and every day should be something that you put forth to saying, I got something else to achieve. So congratulate everybody. I salute everyone who are, have on this call and have been here and fighting with us to the end. Naturally, because, guys, everybody benefits from all the hard work we do individually, because it becomes a collective effort when we all put in the work to make it happen. So salute. Welcome to the line, everyone.
Exactly. Welcome. So, we're super excited about this 12-week series that we're putting together for you guys because, like Fred said, we're starting over too, so it's always good to, kind of refresh and do something different and let people run with you, because there are so many people in the business now that weren't in the business before that we like to run alongside of. So this is a perfect opportunity for us to show you what we know and what we've done to get the rings that we received last week. So we're super excited about that. I'm sure everybody on here would like to have one of those championship $100,000 rings to kind of like walk around with. A lady signed up with me, you guys, on a plane just because I had that ring. She was like, oh my goodness, I love what I do. She's an IT tech and she's like the business administrator for a big, huge organization. But when she saw that ring, she was like, you know what? Instead of you booking my travel, could you just show me how to book it myself? So, it's a game changer. I had already secured a deal with her to book her travel. And by the time we got to, she wanted to book it herself. So I'm like, yes, absolutely. I can show you. Not a problem. So super cool. Fred, why don't you know what? I know Fred has some information to give you guys about the significance of the number 12 and why we picked 12 weeks and all that stuff. So Why don't we tell them about that?
Okay, well, before we get started running into this meeting, guys, naturally, we all have a mindset to really have goals, but we have to have some type of, help, guys, when it comes down to the mental backing of what we're doing. And we chose the number 12, guys. It's a master number. The number, guys, it carries a very divine message. Let me read something to you guys real quick. The number 12 is one of faith and purpose. The number 12 inspires you to take action. The number 12 also represents the presence of angels around you, and the number 12 is set to mean positivity, faithfulness, optimism, and growth. So just remember, guys, that number has a meaning. Everything we have and what we do has an ultimate meaning. Like, literally positivity, faithfulness, optimism, and growth. Those are all huge, guys. You have to be very open-minded. You have to have faith, guys. You got to remain very positive. And that is what's going to help us with this growth that's we're going to achieve, because some of you may not know at this point, this is not just a travel agency, guys. We are a mindset built business. And we got to make sure you understand that if you do not believe, you will not achieve. That is something you guys need to write down. If you do not believe, you will not achieve. And that is just huge, because it changes your posture. It allows you to believe and move differently. And then, you guys always know that when you have faith in something, nobody can waver that, and you go as hard as you can until you've proven that faith to the world. So that's huge. So hopefully, guys, you guys understand that. And we're going to pick this 12 weeks to give you guys the best we have. And it's going to be very creative throughout the process. So let's go ahead and kick this training off, Toni. Raw Choice 12-week ringside training. I wish I had the little sound effects to be like, the big whatever. But I am proud. I know you are proud, because I wouldn't say secretly, but behind closed doors, guys, we have been waiting to get this type of representation for you guys, because it really, really means total proof. So this 12-week series, guys, ringside training, the road to rings and things, which is something that we can be proud enough to really share with you guys. Week 1, here you go, guys, getting your head in the game. It's all about the mindset, knowing your opponent, and being able to set your goals, guys. Let's go to the next slide.
So the most important thing in this business is staying connected and being in the loop, right? And one thing that Fred and I always talk about, of course, are, the next event, what's going on. Like, of course, this is your business, but like we always say, you're in business for yourself, but you're definitely not in business by yourself. And the more you can get out, whether it's via Zoom or in person, to participate with like-minded individuals and get yourself fed, to refuel yourself, the better off your business is going to be. And that is so, so, so important. So we want to make sure you guys know exactly what's going on right now. And I'm being funny, because you'll see one thing on this list continuously, right? Because that's the most important thing that you guys need to participate in. If you don't participate in anything else on this list, that one thing that's in bold right here is something that you need to take heed to and be there 100%. Okay, so of course, right now for this week, we have something special for you. How many of you guys know about Sandals? Sandals is a huge supplier vendor, right? Super cool, great. Huh?
A very major one.
Major, great benefits, great commissions. Really nice to be Sandals qualified, because you get to participate in their fam trips, all that good stuff. And on Friday, thanks to Patrice, Able Advance, one of our platinum consultants, actually, they are going to be giving us training on Friday, exclusive, only for Evolution Travel. So write this down. Make sure you're on here. The seats are limited. I might get more seats for Friday, because I know everybody wants some Sandals training. He's going to talk about all things Sandals, how to get your car wrapped, how to come on the fam trips, how to be certified, anything and everything you can think of that has to do with Sandals. Our BDM will be there on Friday to help you. Now, of course, go ahead.
Just want to add this in there for those of you who don't know, because what you don't know is what you don't know. Mm-hmm. But listen up, guys. Sandals, we are one of the only companies.
Yep.
Okay. One of the only companies that have successfully been associated with Sandals, haven't never dropped the ball, never messed up the bookings. I mean, I know there are major companies, not the, no bad mouthing at all, but it's some major companies out there that do not even have access to Sandals anymore because they are very, very, very professional. And we have still, due to, the relationship with R.A.W, we've been able to still sustain that relationship, even growing from what Archer had before, what he had like 133 travel agents all the way up to 7,000 agents. We've been able to still maintain the relationship with them. So that's very, very huge, guys. Keep that in mind.
Super huge. Yeah, that's a privilege for us. And for them to do something specifically just for us, that says a lot about the company that you guys are working with, that we are working with. Convention, you guys. Oh my goodness. If you
OMG, right? OMG, right?
Right. If you don't have your convention ticket yet, I promise you, get your ticket now while it's only $199, right? If you get anything else on this list and you don't have convention should be that main ticket and everything else is an add-on. Yes, I'm going to regionals when I go in convention. Yes, I'm going to the Super Saturday and convention. Like convention should just be the major thing and then everything else is added on, right, Fred?
Yeah, the more you actually talk about it, the more people really understand how important it is. I do realize that a lot of people, when they get started, they be so excited just to, share the opportunity. But we have to keep the main thing the main thing. And Mr. McCovey says all the time, is just that it's very important that you go to the most important event of the whole entire company, and that's the convention. I mean, all the rest of the events, even down to the smallest event called a travel party, are very, very important in the building the success of the business. But the convention, guys, the convention is where we get a good eye glimpse of everybody that's really focused and participating in everything. Because, there's some people out here, guys, that just want to be a part of the retreats. They want to be a part of the fun. They want to be a part of, just the extras of the business. But when you are really embedded in the business, you know that the convention every year, once a year, is one of the most major things that you do not miss, guys. So just make sure you be there. So as we go down the list, guys, convention, like she said before, it may be funny, but pay attention to the fact that it's emphasized. And we like to stress all the time, if we say it, guys, you guys need to spray it. I mean, literally express it to everyone you possibly can. The convention is in bold, so it's very, very important. And as we go down the list, guys, we got the Orlando retreat coming up soon. That's going to be very, very huge. And then naturally, when they say, what's next? You say, yeah, convention. Then we got the regionals. Now, I want to give you guys a heads up on that. We are the only company that does this unique way of doing the regionals, where we have multiple cities. I think up to about 7 or 8 cities that are going to display this whole entire explanation of the business collectively, guys. I'm talking about 4 or 5 different time zones. We're all going to be on the line at the same time. We have really coordinated to do this, and we've done it before, and it turned out to be an absolute amazing success. So just be on the lookout, guys, when we post and we share with you the major cities. The thing about regionals, the very important part about regionals is that they can't be held everywhere. So what we did was, as leadership, as the Founders Council, we sat down and devised all the major cities with the most activity. And then we made sure that at regionals, meaning in your region, which means that if you are within 100, 200, 300 miles of any one of these events, guys, you are not obligated to attend, but we want you guys to make sure you understand that you should attend the closest one to you. Or if you're just a real actual travel agent and you like to travel, guys, I say go out of your comfort zone and fly somewhere totally different and actually hit that area, guys, and have a good time. But if you're like in my area, Tony, I'm in Detroit, right? We're going to have one of the largest regionals here. We're in the second largest state within the business of activity, but we have surrounding areas like Chicago, Indiana, Ohio. We got, close areas like that people should, make sure you look at that date on the 23rd of February to attend. I know we got the VA area, we got the Atlanta and Alabama area, we got Orlando, we got all type of different areas that you guys should focus on, making sure you make the plans to attend. And I'm sure all the different areas have room blocks. We're going to have availability for all the people coming in out of town. We're going to have a great assortment available. We do excellent training. All it is that the regionals is a mini convention, right? The regionals be just like, what the atmosphere of the convention will be, just not as huge. but it's going to be something great. As we proceed down through the line, Toni, you can finish out through there.
Okay, so we also have some Super Saturdays coming up in 3 major areas, you guys. Super Saturday is a huge meeting where people go and learn about the business, number one, and then get training, learning followed by training. So simultaneously, that's what happens. Plus, you get to meet the people in your area that are doing the same things you're doing so that you can kind of, network with each other and build those bonds. So in Sacramento, California, Columbus, Ohio, and I will be in Anchorage, Alaska for the first time in the next couple of weeks, you guys. So make sure you watch out for those flyers. Make sure you're on the Evolution events page as well as the Evolution travel page so that you can get all of that information. So Sacramento, California, Columbus, Ohio, and Anchorage, Alaska.
Perfect. Yeah, I'll be in Columbus. I think major people in Columbus, Anchorage, and Sacramento. 3 major places, guys. We're gonna put down all the training we possibly can. So let's go on to the next slide and kick off this week 1 training.
Yes, let's do it. I'm excited. Next slide, please.
All right, guys, we're going to kick this training off for you. Ringside training. Week 1, guys. Getting your head focused on the task at hand. Go ahead, Toni. You want to finish out the slide? Toni's muted up. Toni, you there? Oh, she muted.
Hello, I'm here. I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, you disappeared off muted. Yes. So you getting your head in the game. I don't know what you said, Fred. You read the first couple of them, but you're getting your head in the game is so very important because if your head is not in the game, then there's no way for you to get to wherever you're going. That's the most important part. I don't care what kind of sports you're playing. If you're boxing, if you're playing basketball, if you're whatever, your head has to first be in the game before you can be an active player and whatever it is. And the game that we're playing, you guys, is Evolution. We're trying to get to our final destination, whatever that might be. But the first thing you have to do is decide and make that choice, right? What does choices mean? You have to make that choice.
Right. Choose how our individual choices empower success. So what do you truly believe is the question. Right. I ask that all the time because when we go through the motion and we share this opportunity, I can usually hear the passion. I can usually hear if somebody is dedicated and focused and how they move. And you have to understand people believe in that. People believe in what you actually are passionate about. And what you truly believe is what you can, make sure people understand. And if they don't believe it, they don't understand it. But like I said, choices is choose how our individual choices empower success. And that's huge, how to make the choice when you believe in something, you actually do what it takes. So you have to do exactly what it takes to actually not only be where you need to be, but share the opportunity, make sacrifices, guys, and then show people that you believe. Because it's one thing, Toni, when you actually tell somebody, yeah, I'm part of this thing I do, this little travel thing. But when you speak that right there, nobody takes you serious, right? Nobody even believes in nothing you're saying. But when you stand up and say, hey, listen, I'm a $100,000 earner in an awesome company. We're doing an amazing thing and changing all the lives that we touch. We're just trying to give everybody the same opportunity that we had to actually live a different lifestyle. I want to share this opportunity with you, and I need you to pay as much attention as possible because it can make or break your career when you become an agent. Right. With that being said, guys, you have to understand, that's when you share and you show people that you are ready to be a boss within this awesome industry. So they want what I have, but are they willing to do what I do to get it? So that really ultimately means, guys, live by example, show them exactly what has to be done to be successful in the business, and repeat the process as much as possible. There's nothing better in the organization than have something where you actually be like, well, I need you to do X, Y, and Z. And then, naturally, Toni, what do they do when they actually see and you tell them you need to do X, Y, and Z? They ultimately, by default, they try to see if you're actually doing it. They try to block what you do. So guys, you can't really give a directive if you're not actually actively doing what you're suggesting everyone do. So make sure you live by example. You show the world what you're actually doing, and have some passion and believe in your business, because it starts with you mentally, and then it trickles out all through every one of your limbs, guys, and then it shows out in every action that you do.
And it not even just with your business, but like in your entire life. You know, I was walking by my son's room yesterday, and his room was so messy. And I looked at his room and I said, Tutu, clean your room. And then I looked to the left and I saw my room, and I said, you know what? Scratch that. Let me clean my room first, and then I'm gonna come back in. So he started laughing, but I was like, you know what? I can't say nothing to you, baby. I'm sorry. Let me go clean my room, and then we're gonna talk about your room, because I had to check myself. Same thing with the business. You know, you can't expect other people to do what you're not willing to do. Especially like, I want a clean room. Am I willing to clean it? You know, it's as simple as that. When you kind of like apply that formula to every single thing in your life. I want $1,000 check. Am I willing to have 42 successful conversations? You know, like, you have to be willing to put in whatever it takes to get whatever it is out as your, you know, your outcome. Super simple.
You know what, Toni? I want to just go out here and I want to throw this out here real quick. I know we do say 42 successful conversations, but I want to change that, guys. I want you guys to type 43 successful conversations, because you have yourself. You have to have that conversation with yourself about what you want to do, where you want to go, and what has to happen from that point on, because it's 43 successful conversations. The first one is with you. The first one is with you. If you can't convince yourself, the other 42 conversations will not happen the right way, you guys. So you need 43 successful conversations, guys. And somebody asks you, what do you mean 43? It only takes 42 to become gold. It takes you first, right? It takes you first. You have to convince yourself. So next slide, guys.
Powerful.
So now, guys, naturally, you know, this is some of the tools that are very major. These slides are very, very, very detailed. Even if there's few words on the slide, guys, take heed to what you're looking at, because what I see literally on this page that makes so much more sense is the fact that you do not have to do this alone. You know, one thing I don't like, Toni, and it really bothers me a lot, when you have people that not only get stuck or stagnant, they get quiet. And I think that is the worst thing you could possibly do. And then when they get quiet, they feel isolated, and then they segregate themselves away from, you know, the information that they need. One tidbit of information, guys, if you can write this down, is that if you have any barriers with the business, you get more deeper, because you want to be around the like-minded individuals. You want to be surrounded around them. You want to hear the information from them. You want to be connected to them. So naturally, it helps you get out of the things that we've already experienced, right? So if we've experienced the no's, we've experienced the family members that just, you know, want to see if you're successful first. We've experienced the friends that, you know, naturally don't believe in what we're doing until you actually believe it. And guys, still to this day, I want to give you guys a tidbit. Even if I have made, you know, X amount of dollars in the business, we've been awarded our rings. Me and Toni can tell you hands down, we got close, quote unquote, friends that still have not joined our business. And it's okay. It's okay. It's something that we understand, and we have to make sure you understand that it's just a part of the process. Everybody's not meant to be great. Everybody's not meant to be a part of the system. And there are still people out there that literally heard about this business that would prefer to just go book something on their own and not come home to a check. So realize, guys, you do not have to do this alone. This is a team sport. And the more people you are willing to play with, the faster you will win. The funner the game becomes, because I'm going to tell you hands down, one of my truest things that when I got started in networking, guys, Toni, I said, hands down, I want to see and travel the world with as many friends as possible. I don't, you know, I'm really, really gracious that most of my family that I have today are the ones that I've met within business, because I am more dedicated into building than, you know, actually, you know, working with people that don't want to do X, Y, and Z, and just, you know, having people around. So most of the people that I invite out and I have a good time with are the people that are in business that are walking with us. So it's a great benefit when I actually take these trips. When we went to Cabo, it was amazing, because I had some of the closest friends I've had in my life with me. and then we've been able to walk and actually see the world simultaneously, it makes it a whole lot better. So the more people we actually share the opportunity with, the more people we're willing to play with, the faster we will win, and the funner the games become. Toni, next part for you.
You know, and that's what Fred is telling you guys is your biggest resource. That your connections, the people that you meet, because a lot of times, you know, they say blood is thicker than water, but in this case, your passport is thicker than your birth certificate, right? So how many stamps have you gotten with your friends, your family that you didn't know before evolution? Because a lot of times, and it's not sad. It's a good thing, because you're gaining more family members, you're gaining more friends, you're seeing the world with all these people that you have this shared interest with, and it becomes so valuable. And once you wrap your mind around that part, you'll be excited about it. But what happens is, just like Fred said, you know, our friends, our family, they see the rings, they see the checks, they see our lifestyle changing, they see us evolving into different people. You know, it's like, well, you seem kind of different. Well, thanks for noticing. You know, I'm glad you noticed. So it's kind of like, that's your resource, your foundation that you have. And when they're ready to jump on, you guys, I promise you'll be that solid foundation that they'll hold on to as they get to where they're going to be. But right now, as you have your head in the game and you're beginning this journey, sometimes you have to take that journey by yourself in order to pave the way and put that foundation down there. So when the people come behind you, they're ready to go, and it's a little bit easier for them, because they might not be able to take the journey and take all the things that you're going to take, right, Fred? Because a lot of stuff we go through, some people might not be able to do it. So we're trying to lay it out there to make it easier for them. So, you know, this week 1, you guys, we are starting day 1. This 12-week training, this is week 1, this is day 1. So put it in your head, put it in the chat box. Today is day 1. You're going to start today as if you're starting all over today. And we're going to get our heads right. We're going to get in the game, and we're going to make this thing happen, so that by the time we get to week 12, we will be at our goal. We'll be at the end of that journey. We'll understand. We'll be able to look back and say, okay, I just went through this 12-week program. I have all these resources. I have all these handouts. I have all these tools. We've done all these exercises. And now at week 12, I've reached my goal. I can turn around and do this same 12-week program with the people I have now brought into this business and show them the way. So the tools and the resources and the connections that Fred and I are going to give you over these next 12 weeks are going to be priceless. I promise you guys, do not miss 1 week even of this, because it's too much information, too much. But
one thing I want to point out, Toni, guys, I'm seeing this live, like right now, and I'm just watching it and I'm looking at it, and it's like, I love when I see people immediately take advantage of this business. And I'm looking at that box, Toni, I'm just watching people saying, I'm from here, call me. Let's connect. I'm talking about, I am smiling from ear to ear, because that's what it takes, right? It means that, you know, somebody is not hesitating. They're not waiting. They're using their connections to the best of their ability. They're actually putting their best foot forward. And the hesitation, write this down, guys, hesitation is the death of your success. If you have an opportunity right then and there to take care of a task, realize and understand that that task is done, and you don't have to worry about our human nature to forget, to overwhelm, to you know, get too much going on our plate. We don't have to worry about that type of stuff. If you take care of the task at hand right then and there, which means, like, guys, go as fast as possible when you have the opportunity to do so, because we know life happens and things get in the way and all that good stuff like that. And then that most important thing you supposed to have done, you forgot. And then you look around and be a weekend and you be like, oh, I was supposed to call that person and I didn't report back to that guy who wanted that trip, and I didn't make that call back. And I just, you know, it makes you unprofessional, guys. It changes the whole dynamics. And we are, I stand to say, a very, very successful professional business, guys. Next slide.
Yeah. Perfect. I know a lady told me yesterday, she said, I want to get started. Let's get started. I'll get started tomorrow. And I said, okay, well, that's fine. But what's wrong with today? She said, laugh out loud. You're right. Let's do it now. So I'm like, I'm just wondering what's wrong with today. Is something wrong with today? I just need to know.
Don't be afraid to ask. I mean, it's an honest question. Like, I don't want to pry into your personal situation, but I'm just trying to figure out what's the hesitation. Like, what are we waiting on? And people just like, I don't know. So hey, let's go ahead and get this process started because you know,
Right.
I tell people all the time, I'm ready for your success. Are you ready for your success? I mean, because if you're ready for your success, I say we just go ahead and get it started while, you know, I'm excited to go ahead and push the envelope and we can get some stuff done. By tomorrow, you'll be ahead of what you thought you were going to be because you wanted to start tomorrow. So let's get it
Exactly.
going. So week one, number one, guys, knowing your opponent, right? Knowing your opponent, know exactly who you're up against, right? You know, you have to
Mhm.
ask yourself the question because if you notice in this whole week one, we're not even giving you too many directives. We're just giving you things that you have to ask yourself. You have to put
Mhm.
yourself in the right concept, guys. What I say, guys, 43 successful conversations. The
Right.
first one is with yourself. So ask yourself, guys, write this type of stuff down. Who is fighting against your success? You know, who's fighting against you being prosperous? Who's fighting, you know, against, you know, the success of what you're trying to do in the business? Who is your anchors and who is in the way, right? Who is blocking you, right? Those are the things
Mhm.
you have to identify,
Right.
right? You have
Right.
to identify them in order to battle them, right? You have to
Mhm.
identify them. And then the best way you can beat anything and anybody is the knowledge, guys. Once you
Mhm.
know this business and know the information, guys, I say this all the time. If you want to
Mhm.
write it down, if you quote me if you like, but the person who solves the most problems
Mhm.
cashes the biggest checks. And
Yes.
that's going to be the thing that changes your life, guys. If you have people that have your opponents that literally have something to say or they have something against what you're doing and they got all these questions that you don't have answers to, you're allowing them to defeat your success. But when you have the answers, because I promise you, that's all we have is total answers
Mhm.
to every problem you can face. Once you have the answers, when you stump that opponent is more likely to respect your business and
Right.
actually want to join or support you. So there you
Exactly.
go, guys. Who is fighting against your success?
Let
You
me
know,
give them an example.
yeah, go ahead.
Let's say, okay, so I'm married and my husband is not 100% evolution. Now, you can think all you want to, he's my husband, he's going to support me no matter what I do or whatever. But if you know your opponent and you actually identify, like Fred said, if you identify your opponent, you can approach the situation and communicate differently. I can easily say, honey, look, I know you don't understand what I'm doing. I know you're not 100% in, but what I need for you to do right now is just support me in what I'm doing, and then we'll figure it out together. But if
Right.
you go into it blind, it's a completely different situation. It's like, I want to go to this meeting. He's like, well, I thought we could go to the movies today. Or, well, I want to go. I have a Zoom call tonight. I got to do some training. Oh, I was going to take you to dinner. You know, like your opponent is working. You want to do that, but you have to understand, okay, look, I know you don't really want me to do this, but this is something I believe in, and I need you to support my meetings. I need you to understand this, that, and other. You're able to communicate. So your opponent doesn't have to be a bad person for a bad way, but you have to know what obstacles you have so you know how to overcome them so you can get to your goal that you
Right.
have.
Right.
So
Sometimes we are our own opponent. You know, sometimes
exactly.
we're in our own way and we're
Mm-hmm.
fighting against our own success. I mean,
Right.
asking questions and getting answers and not proceeding with them, not
Right.
processing, not pushing,
Mm-hmm.
not following suit. Right? Look, not taking notes, not giving
Right.
yourself the best opportunity possible, not showing up to the events.
Right.
One thing I literally hear all the time is people say, you know, I'm not having as much success as I like. And, you know, I go right back to the basics. I'll be like, have you had a travel party? Have you been
Right.
to local events? Have you been
Right.
to the convention? Have you planned for your success? Have you bought your ticket? And I had one person tell me hands down, well, I was just trying to see how it go for me first before I bought the tickets and try to commit to X, Y, and Z. I said,
Mm-hmm.
you have just killed your own success because you're
Mm-hmm.
trying this business. Guys, do it, right? Do the business. Don't
Right.
try this business. Do the business, and you'll see the difference. I promise you, we can't make this up for the life of us. So next,
Totally different.
what are your challenges? You know, like I said before, you have to identify your challenges in order to complete them,
Mm-hmm.
right? Identify
Mm-hmm.
what your challenges is, which means for me, give you an example. My challenges I identified was the fact that I know I'm 100% focused in anything that I do, and I know what I'm good at, right? I know what I'm great at. And I
Right.
know that mindset training and building and sharing opportunity is my focus is my focal point. And you know, if you have
Mm-hmm.
somebody as diverse as Miss Toni Ward who can put 1,000 people in the business and turn around and book 1,000 trips at the same time, then be great at that, guys. You know what your challenges is and hit them head on. And then you have people that, like myself again, who knew for a fact that I was going to learn the travel portion part of the business in due time. And I knew it was a lot that go along with it. So I gradually have been learning, you know, different vendors, learning the training, learning how to book. And that makes me, you know, more diverse when it comes down the line. So know your challenges, guys, and hit them head on. You got an example for that, Toni?
You know, I think you kind of hit the nail on the head with that for sure. As soon as you know your challenge, like they say, knowing is half the battle, half the battle. So you just have to kind of know where the obstacles are going to come. It kind of goes hand in hand with the first one. You know who you're, and now you know what. So for sure, and be great at whatever it is you're great at. Like emphasize that, use that, let your team use that as a tool. Whatever you have, like Fred said, his is, you know, mindset training. Use him for what his gifts are. You know, you might have somebody like Deidre is fabulous at everything she does as far as, you know, the tech my CP. Yeah, techie. They call her techie for a reason. So,
that's
you know, you got to,
hey,
so.
Hey, techie.
Right. Hey, techie. So we all bring something fabulous to the table. So we need to find out exactly what, you know, our benefits are, and then we have to donate them to the company to make one big whole fabulous unit. You know what I mean? So know your challenges. Like I know there's certain things I just can't do. Like I know what my weaknesses are. So since I know my weaknesses, I'm not going to try to magnify them. I'm going to use whatever it is I can do great to help everybody else. So you got to know what the challenges are so you can learn them, be better at them. But while you're being better at them, be really, really, really good at whatever it is you're great at, right? So,
and then naturally, guys, you have to know what you want. You know, what do you want in business? You know, that's why, you know, a lot of things we like to get you guys to understand is just that, you know, when you ask your question, when you do your quick start with your agents, your new agents, you know, the first thing I ask, because I don't go through a pile of information. First thing I ask them, what do you want out the business?
What do
is
you
it
want?
you want to achieve out the business?
Let's ask that question now. Like, what do you guys want? And everybody's answer is not going to be the same, right, Fred? I mean, everybody's here for a different reason. Like, what do you want?
Right. You know, that's very important to know that, because, you know, if you don't know what you want, how are we going to know?
Right.
Yeah, so that's cool. So what does winning mean to you? You know, what is the part of winning? Everybody has, you know, different goals and different aspirations with the business. Everybody has a different focus. You know, some people's winning may be, I just finished training, I'm winning out here. Some people's winning may be, I set 5 goals a day and I got 4 out the way. To me, that's a B out of a possible A. You know, you know, naturally, you know, when you set your goals, you got to understand what's winning to you, so you can make sure you convince yourself that you're in the right, you know, you're on the right path. You know, winning could be financial freedom. Winning could be, I've seen multiple countries and states that I never thought I'd see before. Winning could be that my team grew, you know, step by step. You know, winning could be a lot, you know, so you have to ask and identify yourself. What does winning mean to you? And then naturally, how much time are you willing to dedicate to you to be great? You know, I had, you know, we get multiple questions and you guys can agree. People say, how much time do I got to dedicate to this? To do this business. And then, you know, it's so funny that a lot of people say that. And then I come back with that question, guys. And here's the stump. This is where you stump them at. They say, I ain't got enough time to do that. I'm like, well, do what? Like, what is it that you think I do that I have to give that much time to? Because honestly, you know, some days I may spend an hour doing this business. Some days I give 12 hours to do this business. And so it's really, you know, that's one of the key perks of being a home-based travel agent, is that I can do it when I see fit. But I know what my goals are, so I give enough time to it as much as I possibly can to achieve what I need to do. So once you know the business and you know what you want to do, you know what you're willing to do, you know what it means to you, you know how much time to dedicate to it, and it's totally up to you. You gave an example, Toni, when you were saying somebody was like, let's go to the show and we doing X, Y, and Z. But can't you be in the car and tell that person, okay, listen, en route, I need to listen to this call, so when we get there, we can watch the movie. It's called multitasking, guys.
Excellent example. Yes.
Implement this, because I mean, there's plenty of times I'll be out and they'd be like, what you listening to? I'll be like, you know, I'm on a business call. Hush. I'm on a business call. So I want you to hear this though. So, you know, I have it playing in my loudspeakers in my car. sometimes I'll be doing training for you guys in the car, and I'll be driving, and then the first thing I get, as soon as I get off the phone, I'll be like, man, you got a whole team, like, you doing the big. Like, what exactly do you do? I'll be like, I'm glad you asked. So
right.
I just give them something to pay attention to.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, guys, ask yourself the question, do you want to play, or are you happy being a cheerleader? Now, that's huge. That's huge, because that part right there means a lot, because we got a lot of people that just are a part of the business.
Right.
And then we got a lot of people that are building the business. Let me give you guys a fun fact, okay? There are 7,000 or so people in this business, okay? But do you realize that there are only probably about maybe 1,000, maybe 700-800 people really building this business? Guys, listen, there's 7,000 people in the business, which means we got a whole lot of people booking a whole lot of travel. I mean, how could we book $25 million in travel a year?
Right.
But we already got 700, 800, 900 people really actively building our business. So I want to just personally say congratulations to those people, because those are the ones that are, they're participating in the profit sharing pool. They're getting, the astronomical, numbers and money that they're getting residually every single month. Those are very, very important people. So you have to ask yourself, do you want to play, or are you just happy being a part of the business? Either way, guys, we're not shunning it, but we're saying make your choice, guys. Decide what part of the business you want to be on. And if you're someone who wants to play, that's the person who needs to be 150% connected. But if you're happy with being, a person that's just saying, rah, rah, yay, this is great. I like being a part of the business. I just want to book trips. I just want to be at the events. I want to have a good time. Hey, you're more than willing to be a participant. Congratulate you, because one day you're going to get that light bulb that rings off to say, if I'm going to be here, then I might as well be a participant. I might as well be great. If I'm going to spend my time to book and be on these calls, right? If I'm going to spend an hour with Toni and Fred on Tuesday, every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, why not take notes, right? Why am I here gifting them an hour of my time, and I'm not even benefiting from it? I'm not taking notes. I'm not even spending the time I need to do. Like, Toni, here's another example. I've seen people fly all the way to Vegas to be a part of an event and don't even come to the event.
Wow.
Wow. Toni, say it backwards.
Wow.
Right. You know what I mean? Like, literally, I've seen people fly halfway across the world to be a part of something and don't even go to the event. So I am mind boggled behind that. I don't get it. And they be like, well, yeah, I came to the one part, but I didn't come to the other. I'm like, what purpose does it serve to buy to an event, come to the event, and then want to experience, well, like, even in, like, here's the kicker though, they come to Vegas, right? They come to Vegas and they want to experience Vegas. You're a travel agent. You can experience Vegas 24 years, 24/7, and you can literally go to Vegas whenever you want. But when you come to something, I don't care if we're in Disney World, if we go somewhere, if we go to Cancun, if we go to Cabo, I will not miss a meeting in Cabo. I don't care how beautiful Cabo is. I know where I'm supposed to be, right? I don't want to just go to Cabo and say, hey, I'm in Cabo. I'm not going to the meeting. I'm going to just experience the beach. So I'm going to miss the whole point of actually coming out to the event. I'm going to spend my money not to even take advantage of it. So, guys, if you're going to be a part of it, guys, take advantage of the whole entire thing. And that's very, very huge. All right, so next slide. All right, we're about to close it out, guys. Next slide. Let's go ahead and kick it out for you guys. Are you ready? I want to be like that. Right. Are you ready?
We need you to bang on the desk. Bang on the desk. We need the music. We need the sound effects. Right.
Like, I want to be up there like Rocky. Like, I'm ready. Let's go. So you got to keep your heads up in the game. Head is in the game, guys. Put your head in the game. The head is in the game. Put your head in the game. That's when you're getting ready, right? You're getting ready. You're getting your mind together. You're getting focused. You're getting ready to go ahead and go out there and put in your 12 rounds of the fight. 12 rounds. They go 12 again.
There we go. There we go.
When you 12 rounds in the fight, you got your head. You shadow boxing. You got your thing going. You got your headphones on, and you just like dun 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 dun. I love that part. Like, excited, you bouncing off the walls, And then naturally from there, you set your goal. My goal is to knock this guy out. My goal is to book the best trip. My goal is to take the most trips and put the most people. This is my goal. So as you get ready, guys, you put your head in the game, get set, guys. Put your goals in place. Get set. Listen, it just goes hand in hand. Put your goals in place, guys. Get set, which means that you're sitting down and you put down your goals, and you got something ready, you're ready to get it popping. And then last but not least, and I say this all the time, guys, none of this makes any sense unless you take action. So let's go, right? Let's go from that point on. You get ready, you get set, and then let's fight, right? Let's fight for our freedom. Let's fight for our success. Let's fight for our financial independence. Let's get ready to give your all to this fight for success, guys, your financial freedom. Let's get ready to put it in action, right? Let's get ready to put in the fight, because I don't know no boxer that goes into the ring and doesn't act, right? There's action involved, right? You're not going to go to the ring and say, I'm prepared. This is my biggest fight ever, and get in the ring and stand there and say, all right, knock me out. Go ahead.
Right.
You know, they get in there and they fight their life away, right? You know, they go in there and give it their all. So are you ready to rumble? Get ready, get the head in the game, get set, put your goals on deck, guys. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's give you guys something to work with. Let's go to the next slide.
Do our homework. And it's like you said, you get in the ring, you got to know who to fight with, right? You got to know who your opponent is. You guys know your opponent, your head's in the game. It's time to go.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we got music. We got music. It's time for the homework. Yes, every good teacher gives homework.
We're laying that, FDK. We're laying that. FDK.
Right.
Every good teacher leaves homework. You know, it's a funny story, Toni. I remember my mom used to get really, really mad at me because I used to come home without homework.
Oh, my goodness.
What is these teachers doing? I'm taking you up to school. I said, but mom, she said, no, I don't want to hear it. Taking you to the school, but mom, I'm taking you to the school. We're going up there. She got in the counselor's office. She's like, why is it that this school never gives homework? And they looked at the grades and was like, but ma'am, he's passing every class. He's doing exceptionally well. It looks like he turns in all the homework we give. She looked back at me and said, well, why don't you have? I said, I do my homework in the hallway classes, and I do my homework in the utility class. My bank, I do my homework before I go home because I wanted to play when I go home. So I didn't want to. So I did all my homework, but guys, do your homework, guys. So for next week, we want to get you ready for next week and get you in the right position possible to be great with the opportunity. So the homework, as we go down this list, is something we want you guys to be prepared for. So when we reconvene next Tuesday, we got something to talk about, and we're going to have some awesome training to go from that point on, and we're going to give you guys the best we have. So have your goals written down for the week, guys. Have your goals written down, ready to really go through the process. And we want to make sure you are actually getting set, right? You're already getting your mind right. This is week 1. Get your mind right. Get ready. Get set. Put your goals down for the week, guys.
Do it today.
Yep, today. Put them down because we're getting prepared to have something to show for next week, right? So identify your accountability partner, which I see you guys are already doing. I love that. When people are like, where you at? I'm here. And sometimes, guys, you get on calls like this and realize somebody's right in your backyard. Somebody's right next door to you guys. Somebody is right in your area where you can connect with them. And don't get caught up in the concept of teams and concept of who works with who. Guys, work with who you can work with as much as you possibly can do it. Because it don't matter what actually happened. Because the leadership that I know that are in this company, guys, we're going to go where who's working. We're going to go where we're deserved, guys. We're going to go with who wants the business more than anything. I give you guys a tidbit. I think in Columbus, I'm going to Columbus, and my largest team is in Detroit. I'm going to Columbus because they want to work, right? They asked to say, hey, Fred, can you come? I said, yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can do it. I love road trips, guys. We're going to get out there and have a good time. So identify your accountability partner. Now, guys, I have one of the best accountability partners in the business, and I chose her wisely, guys. My PIC, Toni Ward, she definitely gives you guys the best of her ability. I give you guys the best of mine, which makes it a great duo. But you guys have to find your accountability partner, because I have also multiple different partners within the business. I track to, because they do amazing. Like, some of our platinums, Miss Nina Mitchell and Lynn Huddleston. And then we got, she has Patrice Abels Vance and, other platinums within the business. We connect with those who want it bad enough. So identify your accountability partner. And naturally, get with them and just start doing some work, guys. Get active, because That's what's going to get your adrenaline going. That's what's going to get you excited, right?
Yes.
So,
and if you don't have an accountability partner in the business, sign them up. Your best friend, your cousin, your sister, whoever you would travel with outside of this business, make them your accountability partner. Sign them up this week.
So, guys, schedule your weekly trainings that you will participate in. I mean, literally, people don't understand how powerful this is. That this call every Tuesday should be locked in your iPhone or your Android. It should be a reminder, and that's something that you should issue to everyone you start a business. Like literally, sign up for convention. Hey, don't miss this Tuesday night call. We're on it every Tuesday at 9 o'clock. Don't miss it. Lock it in your phone. Here's the number. The number never changes. Here's this. Here's that. Be on there 5 minutes ahead of time so we can make sure we're early. Get your pen and pad ready. Actually, here, I've seen people do this, Tony. Come to my house on Tuesday at 8:30. And we're going to listen to this call together. We're going to take notes together so we can brainstorm right afterwards so we can figure out what we're going to do for the week. Those are the ones that go gold in the week. Those are the ones that go platinum in a month. Those are the people that are absolutely gifting their time to be successful in the business. So schedule your weekly trainings that you will participate in every single week, okay? And then identify your self-improvement exercises, which means that, you know, we have accountability, right? We have affirmations. We have all those type of things that help us improve mentally. So you have to make sure you identify the self-improvement exercise, which means things like doing mock bookings and doing mock presentations and getting with your team and sitting down, practicing the information and sharing the deal, doing the Q&A with your team, right? Sitting down and, I mean, guys, if you have what they call a gossip call where all you guys have these threads where you guys are talking about, oh, I saw this on the other day and I did this. A business call with your team, like, you know, certain days out the week where you guys get together and be like, hey, how many bookings did you do this week? Are you going here? And I like to hear about the bookings because I like to go places. Like people like, I got this cruise coming up. I'm like, ooh, I want to go, you know, and I want to go to the cruise. And if you don't know about it, what you don't know is what you don't know. So, you know, naturally identify your self-improvement exercises, find out what makes you great, find out what to read, what to focus on. Even reading the back office is improvement, guys, learning your business. So make sure you take advantage of that. What will you learn or improve this week? So identify what you literally can be greater at, you know, what can help you learn what you don't know, right? You know, what can you learn or improve in this week? So find out what you would like to be better at, you know, actually like what cruise line would you like to take because you want to be better there. And then like what Tony was saying earlier, some people know what they're great at. I got people on this line that just only really love Jamaica, and they're Jamaica specialists. They go on fam trips for $25 for, you know, 10 different resorts for 14 different days and $25. I mean, come on, like literally think about it. Like if you're really great at it, they want you to come out there, learn Jamaica, have a good time. I got people like, you know, Deidre and Lynn who take 14-day cruises to 9 different ports for $164 or something, and from the beaches of the world on Christmas and New Year's, like, hey, boss, we on this beach here, we in Aruba, and I'm like, you know, so, you know, just find out what will you learn or improve for yourself this week. And then next week, guys, next week you will receive worksheets and handouts for your business. We're going to get some material together for you. So we're going to get the email process going. So always check your emails, guys. Check your emails. If you don't get any emails and you're getting spam, check your spam. Make sure you go in there and click forward to your regular inbox, your regular folder, so you make sure you get them. Some of us need to forward them to their own folder because we get 18,000 emails a day. I mean, business. Make sure people try to, you know, initiate an email address that they are only going to get Evolution information to, so you don't miss it, because that's our way of communication. We can't call everybody, we can't text everybody, but we can definitely email you and get you up to par and get you to understand what's what. So that's the homework for next week, guys. Make sure you take it in. Make sure you do it. Participation is very, very key. Very, very, you know, important for your business. And then, you know, next week, guys, we'll reconvene and then go through the process and then continue on with our 12-week process, guys, where we can actually see and allow you guys to be as great as possible. And that 12 week is great, Tony, because it leads us right into the convention. It leads us right into the convention. So we want to see how many people we can congratulate and salute, and then go back and say, man, you did that. You stayed solid for the 12 weeks. You got all the training we had to give you. And then naturally from that point on, guys, you're walking across the stage, you're being congratulated. And then you look back and say, hey, you know, when I signed up, I've been in the business for 8 months and I started and I did well and I didn't really do what I had to do. But this 12-week course got me on track and I don't see myself going back. So
exactly,
definitely salute you guys on that. So get your homework, do your homework, get the stuff you need to do to be successful. And we will reconvene next Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Toni and Fred, we're going to get together, Raw Choices, and we may have a couple little spins for you guys for the following couple weeks, but we're definitely going to make sure we get together to issue out the best training possible. So, Toni, you have anything else?
Well, just to piggyback on the homework part, next week, when we give you your handouts and all the information, every single week from here on out, there will be a special link that only the people on this call will get, okay? And when you go to that link, all of the worksheets, all of the information, all of the notes from the call will be automatically emailed to your email address. And we're not giving the link out unless you are on the call, okay? And the link is only going to work for what?
That's
right. And the link is only going to work for 24 hours after the call. After the 24 hours, the link will be blank and it will go away. So this is something special only for you guys, and you have to be here to get it. Next week, we'll be giving you how to do 3-ways, how to do travel parties, special worksheets and handouts, how to do exactly what you need to do to maximize your phase 1 in your business. If you have any questions about how to do something, Fred and I are going to have that information for you next week. So if you're wondering how to do a 3-way, if you're wondering how to sign somebody up and the proper steps to do after that, if you're wondering how do I get them connected to everything and what exactly do I do and I need a step-by-step worksheet, we'll have all of that for you, including prospect lists and everything. So,
hey Toni,
what's up? Huh?
Can I add to the homework?
Yes.
I double dog, dare you. Remember that? I double dog, dare you to get with your leadership and get a 3-way call before next week. If you guys can show me everyone on this call, let me see, 233 people. Wow, I love 3-ways. 3-ways make me feel like a superstar because I'm able to tell somebody I don't know all this information. So I double dog dare every single person on this line to make sure you press your leadership, set them up a 3-way call with any and everybody you could possibly find, and actually do a 3-way call and actually document it, guys. I want to hear about these stories. I want to hear about the 3-way calls and how people handle them because I love doing 3-way calls. Toni loved doing 3-way calls because there's nothing better than being able to express the business to somebody you don't know, they got all the questions. And all I want you guys to do, here's another thing. When you do a 3-way call, just to close this out, make sure when you send it out, you get on there and you listen. You listen and take notes. So that way you're better prepared. So that's it for me, Toni. Go ahead and close the line.
That's completely all. That's it. I'm excited because I know whoever is on this call for the next 12 weeks will be doing something fabulous by the time this is over. I don't care what it is that you want, you will have it at the end of the 12 weeks. So
let's try to get this all to 300 participants next week, guys, and then make sure that hopefully by the end of the 12 weeks, Toni, I think that we would be absolutely dope if we had 1,000 people on here getting this awesome training. So we're going to keep growing and keep growing and keep growing and keep pushing and keep pushing and keep pushing. I salute you guys for jumping on our 12-week training process. Hopefully you guys take advantage of it. From the Raw Choices community, guys, we salute you. We appreciate you. And we want to see everybody win and join this residual pool and get what you came for. I salute you guys. We're going to close this out. This is a recording. Guys, make sure you get it. Take advantage of it. Do it the best you can with this awesome opportunity. And I can't wait for another 7 days so we can actually reconvene what you guys are going to do. Happy good week, guys. Happy New Year. Do the best you can. Salute. And I'll see you guys at the beach in the back and at every event that we're actually going to have from this point on. Salute, guys. This call is officially over.
Good night, everybody.
Let's get ready to rumble.
I'm over here boxing, Toni.
You so crazy. Let me turn on my camera so I can see.
No. Have a good night, guys.
Good night, everyone.
Y'all ready for this?